Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So this is what time? It is Wednesday, 10 p.m.-ish, a little bit after, right? Like a minute or two. This is TrevisMichelle. I am the host of Late Night with TrevisMichelle show every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am so happy that you guys have decided to come and spend your time with us tonight. This is where on this show, we talk about the ugly side of the backstory. Yeah, what is the ugly side of the backstory? Well, the ugly side of the backstory is where guests come on, and sometimes I am the one that's on that week. But we share the challenges on the road to success. Because sometimes, it's great to see the shiny object, but we really need to know, like, what challenges did you face? How do we make it to that success? And however that success looks for you, whether you're a successful parent, a successful businesswoman, successful in your profession, all of the above. And so gems are dropped, tools are given to you to put in your tool chest so that you do not have to walk out here and not be guarded, not be armed, and not be to the ready. So guys, this week, I'm just so excited to share with you this special guest that we have, Diamond Shammgod, who is the CEO and founder of Shades of a Cure. Now, as you guys know, I am going through my cervical cancer journey, curable, and the doctors didn't find any more cancer cells with my last biopsy like a week and a half last week, right? I shared that with you. So I'm really excited about that. But while I was actually just about coming out, maybe a week or so not maybe a little bit more, let me stop, out of my journey, I had the opportunity to be a part of Shades of a Cure. And it meant so much because y'all, last week we talked about the journal that they have going and the stroll that this weekend. So we're going to get into all of that. But I just want to share with other viewers who are coming on. If you have the replay, hit replay so that we know, hit it. Y'all know what I mean. Put the hashtag replay. So I realize that you've seen the replay. I'm giving you an opportunity to also share this out because other people need to hear about this. And guess what? You need to have your beverage of choice. Every week I have a different like glass or something. And this time I wanted to have my blessed and show enough favored with my ice water in it. So what I'm going to do now is bring on our guest, and then I'm going to read a little bit about her bio. Because if you go on our site, Facebook and YouTube, you see that I put in Shades of a Cure's mission. But we're going to have a good time tonight. So y'all ready? Put them children to bed. Tell the husband, sorry, this is my time, not your time. Your time will come later. Or your boo thing, whatever you know. You know what I'm saying? Me, even my dog, I had to make him go get in his bed. You know how Steeler always wants to be a part of the show? He might still wake up, but we're going to pray that he does not. So at this time, I am going to bring on our guest, Diamond Shammgod. Hi, Queen.
Hi. Hello, hello, hello.
Thank you so much for coming on. I want to read your bio. Y'all know how I is, right? Because I love me my specs. This is my weakness. Everybody has a weakness. This is my.
No, those are beautiful. Those are beautiful.
So, Diamond Shammgod is a wife, a mother of two, a creator, and the founder of Shades of a Cure. Shades of a Cure was founded because of a lack of resources within our community, meaning the melanated community, the Black community, Black and brown communities. Through direct interaction with the community, she informs her organization, says that we can encourage, but most importantly, they support, and they truly do support. Mostly known for the annual Stroll for Cancer Awareness event, which is, she will tell you when it's happening, but I will tell you already. It's this Saturday, guys, in Harlem. We'll get all the dits, all right? So just get folks in here so that you know, and you need to also support it if you can't make it, all right? So we're going to be giving you links and all that good stuff. She's also created 3 coloring books devoted to explaining to children what cancer is.
Yeah.
The coloring book also has a parent section in the back to support parents and guardians with having this difficult conversation. Most recently, a survivor's journal was published. Yay! And we talked about that survivor's journal, guys.
Yes.
Okay. It's a collective of entries of hope and healing from different cancer survivors. The survivor's journal was designed to help and support cancer survivors no matter where they are in their journey. Without further ado, hello, Queen.
Hi. Thank you for having me. I am so grateful for this opportunity to have this conversation with you.
I am so happy that you said yes. Guys, let me tell you, when Michelle Benjamin, y'all know who she is, that's my ride for life also. Y'all know about that. She's also a breast cancer warrior. She says, you know what, you need to be involved in this. And I was like, here she is. Hi, Michelle.
Is she here? Is she in here?
Yes, she is. She's
here.
in the comment
Hello.
section. She was like, you need to be involved in this. And I was like, okay, me and my chemo brain. I was like, whatever you say, because let me tell you, that has been my ride for life. So I was part of the magazine, the journal. I wrote my story, and I was able to meet other cancer warriors who look like me. I'm not knocking those that don't look like me, but they understand the culture, our family. There are different things. We just go through different things. That's just how it is, right? Just like men in cancer, they go through different things that as women, we don't know about that. We share and we empathize, but to be able to meet a group of women who actually embraced me as their own, and I was able to have these, to meet the founder and CEO. So tell us about you. How did this start with Shades of a Cure? We need to hear all the tea, all the tea.
So I just want to say this. Okay, so let me go back. Yes. So it started because it was a lack of resources within our community. And myself and some of my close friends and my family, my mom and my sisters also a part, and my close friend, we always affected by cancer indirectly at that time. And I called, it was like 3 or 4 places within Harlem that I called. And it was one place that was so welcoming. I didn't tell anyone whether or not I was a survivor or not. If I was diagnosed with cancer, if I was a caregiver, I didn't let on that information. And one particular place invited me in, and we established a great relationship from that, which is the Ralph Lauren Center for Cancer Care. And from that, I'm like, you know what? There's more people that was affected by cancer. And when I mean affected, I'm talking about directly or indirectly.
Right.
Because even if you're not diagnosed with cancer, as a family member, a loved one, a close friend, you are indirectly affected. You're watching your loved one, go through it. You're supporting them. And sometimes you need to, need a little love too, right? Like you need a little guidance, you need a little support as well. And I'm like, we don't have that here. We don't have that in our community. And as a member of the community, I'll make sure we have it. So I created it.
Wow.
I created it.
And you know what is so great? You thought of it, you had the vision,
Absolutely.
but you acted on it. As Les Brown says, there's so many dreams in the cemetery, and you made sure that your dream came to fruition. But can you share, you were saying that you have family members, so you got to tell. Go ahead.
So my sister is a cervical cancer survivor. And let me tell you this. That's my sister. Yeah. She's also a member of Shades of a Cure. Let me say this. So I had my son, and being a wife and a mom, and it became overwhelming. And I was playing with the idea, not playing with the idea. I was saying, you know what, maybe it's not right for Shades, right? Shades of a Cure. We call it Shades. So I'll pick it back up later when I get a handle on what life is like now, which is mom and wife and things of that nature. And my sister called me and she said, call mommy. And I was like, what's the matter? I called my mom on three-way and she said that she was diagnosed with cervical cancer. And I was like, okay, that's God way of telling me that I am not done.
Right.
Because in that moment, I can't think of anything that would have kept me going, but for my sister to be diagnosed, I'm like, okay, my work is definitely not done here. And then my son was one at the time, and I'm like, okay, how do I explain to him? Of course, not at one, but later. How
Right.
do I explain to him that his aunt, my only sister, have cancer? So I started to look for things as a mom. I'm like, okay, I'm looking, I'm looking, I'm looking. I'm not finding anything that I believe will still allow them to be kids, that didn't take away the opportunity of a parent
Right.
explaining it in their way. So I said, okay, it's okay, baby. So I said, okay, since it's not out there, I'll create a coloring book. And it's the same thing with
Wow.
the survivor's journal. You know, I realized I recognized that it was a need. And I'm like, we don't have anything like it. Like, how powerful would it have been? And I'm sorry if I'm jumping ahead, right? But I'm just like, how powerful would it be for another cancer survivor to get, whatever they need, whether it's an extra push, whatever it is, for them to keep going, to be inspired. And here we are with the survivor's journal.
Wow.
So
And yeah,
there's a void, and we're gonna fill it. It's our community, right?
and
One second.
like she said, she's a mom of two, and we know how mothering is. Whenever we have something to do, everybody else wants us.
Yeah,
So we're gonna keep pushing through because that's just how it is now. Well,
yeah,
since
that's
COVID,
just how it
people
is.
are used to it, so we know. I said put the children to bed, but Demi and I have already spoken. That's her beautiful daughter. We've
Yes.
taken pictures and everything, so we knew
Mhm.
that was not gonna happen tonight. But anyway, uh, the you know, um, when your sister was diagnosed and you heard it, and yet being that caregiver is not an easy place to be, right?
Mhm.
It's tough for us as cancer warriors, but it's just as tough for our caregivers because you want to see the best for us. You don't know
Right.
really. We're praying, not hoping on the
Absolutely.
best though. We're praying with expectation, but it's still we have to deal with that reality and
Mhm.
fit that into our life. So I know you're also a wife. How did your husband fit in? I mean, did he support you? Tell the truth, shame the devil, because it's 10 p.m. But and how did he support you? Because when you have children, you have a job, you have a husband. I don't know if you have a dog or a cat or something.
Mhm.
It's a lot to juggle.
It is. So, from the moment, so I'm going to take y'all back to when we were actually dating. And when we were dating, I will always call him with different ideas,
Hmm.
none of which was a cancer organization. I mean, like every other month, I'm like, I'm going to do this. And he's always been supportive. So that just continued when I came to him with the idea of Shades of a Cure. It was like, okay, like whatever needs to be done. So he's always been supportive, always been supportive.
Wow. And see, that's very good to hear. And I like to say that I always try to include, not try, I always include the husbands or the partners because they don't get that recognition. And this is going out internationally, right? So now he will get the recognition. So we do thank you so much.
Sorry.
What's his name?
Prince.
Prince. Prince,
Yes.
we thank you so much, Prince, for supporting our queen, Diamond.
Yeah,
Oh, look at this. Diamond and Prince. All right.
Diamond and
That
Prince.
okay. And we get into that later. But no, I thank you for that. I want you to also share with us about the stroll. How did the stroll come about? Because you have your organization, but now we have a stroll.
Let me tell you, that stroll started, it was like 20 people out there. It was our close friends. We didn't even put it out there to like the majority people and the masses. We just got together and we had our heels on in a little old grill and we walked around Morningside Park in our heels. And that was just our creative way of stomping cancer out. That's it. And then it was there, and then people started to like, oh, that's nice. That's cool. And I'm like, okay. I still did not, I never thought that it would have become what it's become. Like, in every year it's still like the first time like I get like anxiety a couple of days before, so like I'm literally not sleeping now because I'm like dotting my eyes and I'm sorry, I'm dotting my i's and crossing my t's and all of those things to just make sure it goes off without a hitch. 1 second, boo boo. But it literally, it just was a group of us that got together. Like it was a void, and why not have a walk in Harlem? You know, we travel to other places and we bring awareness to their community. But for us to walk in Harlem, for you to see a group of people walking in heels, it's going to draw anyone's attention, right? And that
Oh,
just,
wait a second. Excuse me. Did you say heels?
we started in heels.
I'm not gonna,
Everyone.
I'm not going to be able to make the heel part, but I will definitely have my Yeezys.
Well, I haven't wore heels since I had my son, and my son is 8.
Oh, okay.
So, but my sister and a few other people from other teams, they still wear their heels. But yeah, we walked in heels. Everyone walked in heels, and again, it was just our way of getting together, having a good time, comforting one another, bringing awareness to the community. Because again, when you see people walking around with heels all together, it's going to draw your attention, right?
Right, right.
And again, here we are. Like I would have never thought that it would have come to this. Like
So,
people registering from all, like from across the country.
and the other thing, if you could just type in the private chat in the comment
Yeah.
section, because I didn't do this previously, the link, because I did say I put the
Yes.
website.
Mm-hmm.
They go to this website and they can register.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well,
Oh,
registration is closed. It'll reopen on the day of the event.
okay.
So
Right.
you don't even have to do anything online. At this
Okay.
point, just come out, you'll register at the event, come have a good time.
And where exactly? Because Harlem is pretty big. And for those of you who are from around the world, Harlem, we're talking about New York City. Okay, go ahead.
So it's 123rd and Morningside Avenue. So we just walked the perimeter of Morningside Park. Let me say this. We used to walk on the sidewalk. And then we started walking in the park. And then we walked on a sidewalk. And then we outgrew that. So now we're walking in the street. They shut down the street. We have police escort and we're walking down the street. And while that may not be a big deal to anyone else, it's a big deal to me. I'm like, they are closing the street down for us, y'all. Like, they recognize that it's a need and we are trying to fulfill it. It's just a blessing, like for us to be able to actually do this. And I can't believe that I was chosen to lead this. It's insane. Every day I'm like, girl, do you know what God had placed on you? Like,
see, and that's what I'm saying. When God says we're to do something and then we actually move and do it, he opens those doors. And for those of you, NY to the C, you have to have a permit for this.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
And so that means they have to have someone else go and decide if it's okay and check off yes. And it's not always who you know, right? Of course, if you want to get it last minute, there's certain that kind of thing. But I have also done some events, and I had to go online, and it's not the shortest form in the world. I'm just gonna say that, and
It's
it can
not.
be a little confusing,
Mhm.
right? And you have all of these deadlines and stipulations. It's almost like they really sometimes don't really want you to do it. So for you to get that, I'm just really proud of you, and I need you to change that. Um, your mindset needs to shift.
Mhm.
Like no longer should you be. Oh wow, really? Now it's an expectation that it's just going to grow and grow and grow, and then we all see it because we see it as the cancer warriors. We're so
Mhm.
thankful because, and especially melanated black and brown community, and when I say black and brown community, I'm talking about the black, Caribbean,
Yeah.
Asian, Latina,
Mhm.
African,
Yeah.
Indian. We are treated differently, and I can
Oh,
tell you
absolutely.
that from the being a registered nurse for 26 years. I know I don't look it, I always say that. And from now, a cancer warrior on her journey. And what people don't realize is that this once you're on this journey, you're never off the journey.
Nope.
When they say that, okay, there's no more cancer detected, you still have the side effects from chemo, you have the side effects from radiation. You have to learn to think and live in a new normal. You have pains, you are taking medication still, you
Yeah.
still doing bio. It doesn't stop. You have to have surgery, like yours truly does. So I found out today. That's a little surpriser I'm throwing in there. But we can't right? We need to share because there are other women who need to know they're not by themselves. And so many
Absolutely.
of us are silent because we're ashamed, especially when it comes to us having kids. Like, what didn't you do? You didn't take care of yourself. Like, come on now. Things can happen to you just walking down the street. Why are you
Absolutely.
acting like we necessarily didn't do something? As a registered nurse, I can tell you there are people who have smoked for 40, 50, 60, 70 years that they never get cancer. Chain smoking. And there could be people that have never smoked one cigarette in their entire life,
Mhm.
including any marijuana or any drugs, and they get lung cancer. So we need to just embrace each other. And
Yes.
that's something that you do in your community and that I'm very, very happy about. So now on the stroll this weekend, because we wanted to
Wait, I'm
get
sorry. Can I just
yeah,
tap in on? I want to tap in on something that you're saying. I think that we are quick to figure out, question what someone did or didn't do,
right,
right? But in that moment, the only thing that that person need is support, right? So that should be the first thing, right? Like it doesn't matter in that moment, it doesn't matter how they got there. It doesn't matter what they did or didn't do, right? That's your loved one, that's your member of your community, and you need to support them. The same support, the same love and care that you will want is what you
right,
need to give in that moment. Because just going through the diagnosis and not knowing, because for so long I've often said I wanted to change the way people thought of cancer, right? Because the minute you hear cancer, you think of death, and that's just what it is, right? Like you immediately think of death. And I was like, nope, I'm gonna work hard. I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna change that mindset. I tell you one thing. When my sister called me and told me, that was the first thing I thought of.
right,
That was the first. It was so difficult, but once we was on the journey, and she's here with us, she's healthy, so I feel, of course, 100% better. Of course, you wish she would have never, had to go through it. She didn't have to do chemo, so I am grateful that she's here with us. She's here to tell her story. But in that moment, it wasn't about, well, how did you get it, or what happened, or what you didn't do, or it was about,
right.
what do you need from me? Like, oh, we're cutting out hair, like you have to do chemo, or I'm shaving all this hair off. Like, not for 1 second are you gonna think that you're going through this by yourself. Like, I am here, and that just was my priority at the moment. I just was going to be there for her, and I was just going to show up. And that's how I am when it comes to the war. For our community, I'm showing up. I'm just
And you
going
know
to.
what? This is a legacy that you're leaving for your children as well.
Absolutely.
And so we thank you as cancer warriors, especially in the melanated communities, because we need that embracing. Because I'm telling you now, as a cancer warrior, going through the healthcare system, and I'm a registered nurse, you know, that's a silent investor. Okay, guys, y'all know I'm the expert confidence coach, but as a silent investor, I was not one place, Columbia, New York Presbyterian, because y'all know how I feel about them. I'm on their website sharing my story, on their Twitter and Facebook page. Yes, I am. So I'm really proud of that, because they took, they knew that there was a message that needed to be heard. They all know about Shades of a Cure, because I told them about that. They were like, great, you'll be able to walk by then, even though you may have to have a surgery or something, but you will make sure that we'll do it after that. You know, so I gotta be able to walk. So I'm just letting y'all know that. And but where I did go for my second opinion, I was dismissed. It wasn't warm. It wasn't inviting. And yes, it needs to be warm and fuzzy, guys. I don't care if you're man or woman. It needs to be warm and fuzzy.
It does.
Have a patient come in there and they're like, this is what, you know, can you tell me what the steps are? And you're coming for a second opinion, third opinion. It does not matter. Your first opinion, you need to be warm and fuzzy. You need to allow us to be who we are. And that's what I love about Shades of a Cure, because the person I met, I'm telling you, meeting her sister, and she was like, yeah, well, that's what I had. And I was like, I believe in God. He said, you know what? Yes. But to also on this earth be tangible and see face to face, you're going to be fine. I had cervical cancer and I'm still standing here. That's huge. Whether I'm standing here for the next 5 minutes or the next 50 years, I don't want to be here another 50 years. But no matter how long it is, to see someone that looks like us is so important. So what, and when we have our, you know what, that's what our kids do. But our children are here, and this is what we embrace. Like, you look at life differently. So what plans do you have for Shades of a Cure?
So right now we have a financial assistance grant. It helps with co-payment, and we have a grant in my sister's name. And my sister has, even prior to her diagnosis, she's always been really big on self-care. She's always been big on taking care of yourself, like whatever you need to do to have a stress-free day, because we know that life can just be stressful, right, in itself. So what we do is, for the month of June, any cancer survivor that applies for the grant, we just give it to them. So it's no expectations. You don't have to use it for anything. It's not for a bill. 1 second, baby. It's not for a bill. It's not for a co-payment. It's for you to take it and have a stress-free day. So we do have we do have the financial assistance grant. We are working on one-on-one, which is people will contact us in a more formal way, because they still do it now. And we want to be able to connect them to someone who is going through what they're going through, or at least similar, right? And then that can be a survivor, or that can be a caregiver, because we focus on people who have been diagnosed, and then those caregivers. So that's what we always say, directly and indirectly affected by cancer. We're really big on both sides, because we know that both sides need healing and help, one more than other, quite naturally. Right. But we know that both sides need that support, and we need to be able to give it to them.
One thing I can tell you, you've already started that, because Michelle is part of Shades of a Cure, and that's my buddy. She's my ride for life, but that's my buddy. And she was able to talk and walk me through, and is walking, as even she's going through, like the feelings that I have. Like, y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell the truth, shame the devil. Y'all know how I feel. My grandparents always, you know, I give my Southern sayings, but it was a rough day.
Yeah.
And it was one of the hardest days I've had in a very long time. I say very long time. For me, for a cancer warrior, when we go like several days and we don't have a meltdown, we good.
Right.
So for me, it was several days. But being able to, Michelle called me, because I didn't call her today, because we speak every day. And I was like, I'm not going to call her because her daughter, Offset, graduated. She's
She
now she's
did.
official kindergartner. And you
Mm-hmm.
see how we manage each other up as a family.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was like, enjoy your day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. But she
Mm-hmm.
goes, no, your voice isn't right. I couldn't get off the phone. It's
Yeah.
about that life. So I didn't need her to Uber over here to be in my face. So I was like, okay. And I shared with her.
Yep.
And that's where that buddy, lack of a better word, comes in because I
Mm-hmm.
was able to just like fall apart again. And and you need to fall apart.
You do.
Allow us to fall apart. Saturday didn't we couldn't get tissue because let me tell you, some people are gonna be crying, some people are gonna be shouting, some people are gonna be
Absolutely.
running. It's freedom to just be who you are because
Absolutely.
I thank you for seeing us as cancer warriors as humans, not as
Absolutely.
oh, you got cancer. Don't treat us like that.
No.
Right? Don't make us come for you because we're strong. We
Yeah.
roll thick.
And let me tell you, I guarantee you, however you express how you feel on that day, right? Like you said, if you cry, if you shout, if you just need to go in the corner and scream, I guarantee you it's going to be a person within 2 feet away from you that feels the same exact way, that knows exactly how you are feeling. That's why this event is so important, because you are now face to face with people who truly understand how you feel, who are willing at any point in time to embrace you. And we've never even said that. It just naturally happens. It just naturally happens when you can recognize someone who is going through something similar, right? Because on the face you don't know,
Right.
right? You can recognize. I've witnessed people go up to people who they don't know and embrace them. It's an amazing day. It's an amazing day. Michelle says Saturday is going to be a movie and a day of celebration, all love. It is. It absolutely is.
Yeah, and I'm just so excited about it. Let me tell you, it's my first stroll, and I'm so happy. A lot of my family can't come, but we all have T-shirts because I make sure we're getting our T-shirts. But my granddaughter Aubrey is coming, and she's 10, and she's so excited. And can I tell you again, my Ride for Life has made sure that I got my special hat. I got my bucket hat because I'm telling you, we can't do the sun the way everybody else can do the sun in the when you've gone through
Right.
treatment right away. So we have, I got to come. This head, it burns, y'all. I get
Mhm.
sunburned, and I forget. I went out the other day. I was like, ooh.
So you have the bucket hat. Let me just say this. Okay, so we've been doing a stroll and we have teams. Let me be clear. You do not have to have a team to walk with us. You just don't, right? We
Right.
welcome everybody. It's for all forms of cancer, not just one. So whatever form of cancer that you have been affected by, you're welcome. Like, this is your walk too, right? It's just not our walk. It's not Shades of a Cure walk. It's your walk too. Right. So you guys are more than welcome to come. So for the first 10 years, we did the color shirts. We still do the color shirts. We still do the teams. But now going into the next decade, because we're going to be here for decades and decades to come.
Absolutely.
So this year is the 11th annual, and we're doing themes. And it's a 90s theme. So while 90s theme is not the accessories and things of that nature, it's not mandatory. If you wake up and you don't feel like putting on anything 90s, you are still welcome to come. I want you to come. This is your invite to come. Everybody. I want everybody to come.
Right.
But it's 90s themes. So, I mean, we're going to have a good time. I mean, 90s music. I've been in constant contact with different team members and team captains, and they are so ready to bring the 90s back. They are so ready. I mean, bamboo earrings, 5411s, bucket hats. Like, they are so ready. So we're definitely, like Michelle said, it's a celebration, and we're definitely going to have a good time.
Yes, and y'all, I mean, look. If you know how about New York, right? Everybody, the whole world was on a pause. Well, we have ramped up. I'm gonna be safe. I know a lot of us will still be wearing our masks. You choose to,
Yeah.
or you're happy,
Oh,
but we have to
absolutely.
protect us. but we know how to party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we know how to turn up, but we're going to have such a great time, a great opportunity. The children will be able to come out
Mm-hmm.
and participate if you want them. If you have a stroller, and even if you don't have,
Just come out.
yeah, just come
I'm
be a
sorry.
part.
Another thing I want, you know what? I'm sorry. I keep cutting you off.
It's okay.
Another thing that I want to say is that sometimes we get a few people that can't actually do the walk, and that's fine. My mom and some other people stay behind, so you're not left. You're not left alone. No one is left behind. I mean, our members are spread out along the route as we're walking. We have one in the front, one in the middle, and one at the end. So no one is never left behind. And then I'm like walking through, checking on everybody, making sure everybody's good. I also want to highlight the precinct, NYPD, the Parks Department, all of that in that area, because they have been amazing. I mean, they come out, they do a great job, they interact with the community. It's such a great thing to have them to be a part as well, because just because of their profession doesn't mean that they weren't affected by cancer, right? Like, we're still a community.
Exactly. And thank you for that. Because let me tell you, this is just about us uniting, making us feel good. I'm sharing it because Michelle and I found out today that I do have to have surgery, but it's going to be in July. So Michelle, as a breast warrior, she goes, I was crying and everything. I was like, I wasn't quite prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, but that's okay because we're going to be home together. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
but just seeing having that person with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, because my family, everybody showered. I have that support. Y'all know how I feel about my babies. I kill Sasha and Khalid. I mention them all the time because they are my caregivers. And my son's coming back up from Miami. He's like, Mom, you need me to come back so that I was like, yeah, because I got like 6 weeks to heal and that's in a hospital for 5 days and all that stuff. He's like, okay, no problem. I'm booking my flight. What? You know what I'm saying? Water here. My son is going to be here. So everyone is going to be around us. But to know that, Michelle, okay, I was planning like I'm right there for you, girl. When you have your surgery, and she's like, and I'm going to be right now. We're both
Right there.
doing that. So that's where that sisterhood comes in.
Absolutely.
Where the camaraderie comes in, where that, you know what? Hey, and Michelle is a breast cancer warrior. I'm cervical cancer warrior. So you see, there are different and y'all, the world is small. So now last week we went through, this is beautiful. Oh, we have to show here. Y'all need to get your journal. Okay. You need to go ahead and get the journal. Do you see Queen there? Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm just saying, y'all. Right. But you can't read it because you need to buy it. Because it takes money it's serious. It takes money to put this on. And 11 years is a long time.
11
It's been
years.
consistent. Let me tell you, we need the support. We need it out there because other people are doing things and they're getting it. We need to, but we don't say anything. Closed mouths don't get fed. So I get a phone call and then the other day, and what happens? It's a person, and guess what? She's a retired police captain. And I was like, yeah, how you doing? And she said, so I saw you in the journal. And I was like, oh. She says, you know who's behind you? That's my niece. And I'm like, I get welled up with emotion now. You don't know how you touch someone's life. You don't know what connections you're going to make, right? We're 6 degrees of separation.
Absolutely.
So this journal has been, and I'm going to keep showing it because y'all, you need to purchase it. I'm saying, you see, we're about life and colors. We did not do anything.
That's right.
That was boring. Okay.
Nothing.
It was a wonderful time with the photographer. We were made to feel so good, and we feel good, but even better.
Even better.
Right? No matter what stage you're coming in, something you're looking at like they had what? You don't know what someone's going through by looking at them.
You don't.
Right? You can't tell. Like I would say to you guys, like every week I come on here, I was like, you don't know how much pain I'm in.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here and I'm smiling.
But you still show up.
And that's it. And I want to, I want to say to you, what are you doing for your self-care? Not hair, nails, massage. What are you doing for your self-care?
You know what? And this may be a minor thing, but I promise you it has helped me tremendously.
Okay.
I wake up an hour before my kids and I meditate, I pray, I have a gratitude journal, I do some stretching, I take a longer shower than what I can if they were up, like I truly embrace that hour and just be with me and God. And sometimes my thoughts, and sometimes I'm not thinking about nothing, right?
Right.
But I do that 5 days a week, right? And it has helped me tremendously. It really, really has. And yes, I need it every one of those days. I do. And then there's sometimes that I'm at work or I'm at home and I'm not feeling 100% about myself. Like I'm not feeling 100% about, whatever decisions I have to make in life. Right. And I turn on Sarah Jakes Roberts. I
Oh, yes.
turn her, I would. And she gets me right. She does. And it'll be, 20, 40 minutes. And that's just what I need to kind of like, okay, girl, you get 5 minutes to complain.
Yeah.
After that, we got to get it together. We need a solution. We put your big girl panties on. Let's get this handled. Right. And that's what it does for me. It does. Because I know I have to keep going. And I look
Right.
at my kids and I tell them all the time, your rent on earth is giving back. You have to give back. Like that's
Right.
not even an option. You have to give back, right? Like that's like your rent on earth, you know? So it's amazing to have them out there. My 8-year-old son, this is his first year. He came to me, he said, I want a team this year. I said, you want
Oh,
a team? And he said, yes, I want a team. I said, you got to give me some more information, right? Say you want a team, right? Because if you want a team, you're going to have to get your people. You're going to have to do it like a team captain. So you ready for this? And he said, yeah. And he put together like a little PSA video, and he recruited some people and got him a co-captain and picked his color. He did everything but pay for his shirt. I had to pay for it. But but it's amazing to see my kids grow up in a space where that they understand that they have to give back. And it's not a job. It's not like going to a job you don't like, you
right.
know? It's something that you loved. I love to give back. I love to make people feel good. Right? Like I love to do things that I know that when you walk away, you're gonna be fulfilled, right?
Right. Right.
I enjoy that. So for me to raise my kids in it is a blessing in itself. So I literally, when I pray over Shades of a Cure. I pray that God continue to give me the wisdom and the resources that I need to keep going. Because it's not something just for me. I pray that I am a blessing and continue to be blessed so I can be a blessing. Like those are things that I constantly pray for. I know my work isn't done. I know it's not. And again, I still wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's me. But I take it on and I'm like, I'm going to do it and I'm going to be the best at it. I promise you I am. Because I'm not going to let my community down.
And you know what? You're not. I can tell you that. And I'm just so proud of your son. What is your son's name? Because he needs recognition.
Jackson.
Jackson, we are so proud of you. And how old is Jackson?
Jackson is 8.
8, right.
Mhm.
Jackson, we are going to be rooting you on. I can hardly wait to meet you. Do you know what it's like when you can look at our youth and they take the baton? And the
Yeah.
thing is, we act like they don't understand, and they do understand. It's when we don't give them the opportunity to
Mhm.
share, to be involved. And that's another part that's
Go
so
with that.
important
Come on.
with our
Mhm.
cancer
Yeah.
journey, is that we tell our children,
Mhm.
and everybody has to decide like when to tell them, because I did not share with
Absolutely.
my.
Okay. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
He's like, look, you've been
I
talking long
know.
enough.
I
But
know.
anyway, this I share with my granddaughter and grandson, who are 10 and 12, until this past weekend.
Mhm.
So during the week I went there and I shared it with them, just the three of us there, and I just had to let them know. And they were like, so that's why you shaved your head, because they know I had my hair and then or I had my wigs on.
Mm-hmm.
And I said yes. And the reason why I couldn't be around them, and with even in the house, if they did, they saw I had a mask on, and that we were telling them that. I said, the reason that I didn't share with you is because me and your parents, right? I want to make sure it's a team, it's family.
Absolutely.
We didn't want you to worry about me.
Mm-hmm.
I know that with school, you would worry. So we didn't want that for you. So it made them know how important they are, because we took their feelings instead of just saying, no, we ain't telling you. Because they're going to find out eventually. And I'd rather they hear it from me. And I wanted them to hear it from me. And now they're great. So Aubrey's like, yeah, I'm ready. Ethan is in travel football. So he's all over the place. They're in other states and everything in the weekend. But Aubrey is going to be there. And I'm so happy to be able to share this with her. My other grandson, I have to mention, Christian is 3. So he's not in town to be here. And my oldest granddaughter, Rain, is she's up at Buffalo State. So she's safe. But she's up there working and, doing summer classes now and getting her life right. So we're excited about that. But I just want to say, acknowledge also Michelle came on. Facebook users, if you have not given StreamYard permission, I can't shout your name out, but I did put your comments on the board. Hard Ben, thank you so much. That's Big H in the house. Thank you so much for the support. Anyone else who I can't see your names or your comments, we can see them later. Share this video out. Talk about Late Night with TrevisMichelle. We have different guests on every week, almost every week. And we have different topics. And I wanted to make sure that I shine the light on a big fat globe light on Shades of a Cure. Because Diamond, she's not humble, because I don't like to say humble, because I'm only humble to God. That's who I'm humble to, on my knees down to. But she's so gracious. She's so kind and patient and loving and selfless and just constantly giving back. This is a labor of love.
Literally.
Okay? Because every time she's like, every single time I'm trying to talk to her, okay, I'm it's for the walk. So I'm like, okay. All right.
You know what? And I'm going to have to apologize to my family and my friends, because about 2 weeks leading up to the walk, I promise you could barely get me on the phone. And it's not intentional. And when I see the mixed call, I'm like, I'm going to call back.
Right.
I'm going to call back. But listen, blame it on my mind, not my heart. You guys know how I feel about y'all. And I'm all yours after the walk.
We accept, because you have to put the work in.
Yeah.
And you have to put limitations. And and I wanted you to share for other caregivers what you do. So you gave tips, and you didn't realize I was saying instead of tip, right? But y'all better be paying attention, because how I roll over here at TrevisMichelle. I did not take a commercial break, so I'm doing it a little bit later, but we were juicy and talking. Make sure that you watch Late Night with TrevisMichelle every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're here on Late Night TrevisMichelle on Facebook, and we're also on YouTube. Please go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. I'm trying to get my subscribers up. Yep. I'm going to be doing more videos over there. And guys, I'm about to fall off my seat. I'm so excited. I got some news. Next Thursday, June 30th, I will be doing a live stream right here on StreamYard. It is a masterclass, the Walk Method Masterclass. Y'all know that I'm all about that expert confidence coach, right? And using my Boss Up with Confidence, I have the Walk Method in here, so you can purchase your journal on Amazon. But you're going to actually learn the Walk Method. Instead of trying to give you pieces and bits, I'm not doing that. We're going to go through the Walk Method in there, and then if you decide that we are a right fit, you will go ahead and book a call with me, and this way we can see that we can guarantee that we're good fits for you to join my group coaching program, because we need to be able to have a place where it's not the fluff. I don't do fluff well. Y'all know that, right? You realize that? Okay, good. So it's not going to be a lot of fluff. It's really going to be information so that you can do the work. Because in order to be standing here today, actually, let me stop lying. I'm sitting, but I look like
here.
today I had to show up. And what
Mhm.
does confidence look like? Confidence looks like Michelle Anderson Benjamin. Michelle is also like, and I keep shouting her out because you see one, you see the other. So
Yeah.
we're used to that. As a breast cancer warrior, when you see Diamond, that's what you see confidence. When you guys turn and you look in the mirror, and I need you all to look in your mirror before you go to bed or in the morning, that's confidence because you decided to show up. It's not something that you have to hunt for. It's there, but it's been beat down from disappointment. Someone told you weren't good enough, health issues, racism, sexism, gender class, whatever you want to call it, disappointment, right? It's been beat down. Well, we are going to rebuild and rebirth that bad boy. Okay, so y'all need to come out June 25th, Shades of a Cure. Bring your money. Don't come out there and not have no money, though. We need support. So come out there and give donations. We need your support. We need you to also purchase the children's books because that's important. Will you have those books out there?
They will be. So it's three different kinds. They'll all be out there. Yes.
Okay, great. And if you would do you have the links already? For the books, I know we have or to go on shadesofacure.org.
You can go on Shades of a Cure.
Okay. Please go on there because if we don't ask y'all to do it, you won't do it. So I'm just saying, okay, we asking right now. We asking. We need you to go on shadesofacure.org. I have it in the it's in the chat as well as I've been putting it on the screen this whole time. Here I'll put it back up again. Go there, purchase the books. You'll also have the information about the walk. It's the perimeter of the Morningside Park. And y'all, let me tell you how life is a circle, how 6 degrees of separation. When my grandparents came from off the slave ship, went to Georgia, a small town y'all ain't never heard of called McIntosh. Yes, it's on the map, but Waze may not know how to get there. They then went to Tampa, Florida. And as you know, my grandparents were taught by Mary McLeod Bethune at Mary McLeod Bethune College. And then my grandmother came to Harlem. And my grandfather, before going into the military, came to Harlem after he graduated and married my grandma. Do you know where they lived? Across from Morningside Park.
Really?
So you see the history. There's rich history. And it's good when we know our history. So now, and let me tell you, they used to do barbecues. They left their doors open. It was safe. You see what I mean?
Community.
It was true community. So I'm going to get all emotional and that's okay. But because I'm going to take these magnetic eyelashes off anyway after this. But, it means so much that my mom passed away from cancer, right? And to be able to walk the perimeter of Morningside Park and know my grandparents are walking with me, my mom is walking with me, and I have my granddaughter, generations, like 4 generations. So this walk means, and I know you didn't know that before this time, so I was waiting for this opportunity to share with you. I thank you so much. My ancestors thank you. So now what is everybody going to, what are you guys going to do? You're going to be there June 25th. And what time? We did not say the time. We don't know.
At 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
At 10 a.m. And if anyone have any questions, you can contact us at hello@shadesofacure.org.
Oh, okay. Hello at Shades of. Y'all, look, I don't have my glasses on. I'm trying to do this. And that's the email. So I'm going to place that up for you. So it's 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Now some of my Black and brown people, y'all, she said 10 a.m. She didn't say 12. You're going to be left behind. So she said 10. So that means you set your alarm for 8 so that you can get there on time for 10 a.m.
I promise you, you're going to have a good time.
We are going to have, and you know what? What is going to happen when we're there? Tell us some of the little, some surprises. You were telling me. Go ahead.
So we have a whole setup for the kids. right? Like we have someone coming. Oh man, I don't remember the name of the organization. Art in the Park will be there. They'll be there. They'll do everything for the kids. We'll have a DJ out there. It is going to be a community barbecue set up after an old school block party. I remember the old school block parties. So it's going to be one of those. It's going to be that kind of thing. So literally from 10 to 4, it's going to be a good time. You guys are going to have a great time.
Oh, it is from 10 to 4. So that's important.
Yeah.
So we know that you just
Mhm.
come there with your chair. Bring your own
Right.
chair.
Bring your own chair. Definitely bring your own chair.
Bring your own chair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, and bring your sanitizer. Okay.
Yes.
I'm
I'll
going
have some. But
good.
bring yours.
Exactly. We're going to
Just
be
in case I run
safe.
out.
We're going to be safe. We're going to
Absolutely.
work together. We're going to commune. We're going to laugh. And you know what? The 90s music is good. So y'all better be ready to groove because 90s music today is good. I know. I roll my eyes.
It's not like the 90s though.
It ain't
The
like the
90s was
90s.
good.
Ain't like the 90s. Did you hear her say barbecue? You know we like to eat, right? You know we like to eat. But the children also get to have art that is great. They have activities for the whole family.
Yeah, it's definitely a family event.
Absolutely.
We might even have a double dutch contest going on out there.
See?
Y'all remember them double dutch contests? And I don't want nobody coming who's double-handed.
And
right?
y'all know, you know how it's gonna be. Somebody's gonna set up a table and have spades. They're gonna be a couple of spades. I'm just saying, that's how we do.
It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time.
Absolutely. So please come out this Saturday, and the weather is going to be warm. I'm so excited. Ooh. So put on your sunscreen.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, put on your sunscreen. My fellow cancer warriors, make sure you have something on your head because we got to keep ourselves, keep that skin right. And I'm just so excited. Bring your cameras because I know there's going to be, you didn't say, but I know there's going to be a videographer there, guys.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be cameraman there.
Yeah.
And you never know if the news or somebody might show up. So you best be looking your best.
Absolutely.
You don't know. You don't know who you're going to meet. You know who's going to roll through. You mean he's going to roll through because that's how we do. And everyone is welcome. Everyone. We want across the board this diversity, inclusion. Everybody, please come out. Let's show up. Have a good time together.
Yeah.
Queen, I thank you so much. Tell your family. Thank you so much for being so patient with us. Thank you so much, Demi, for trying to work with us as best you could. I so appreciate you, Princess, and Prince Jackson for also just giving us this opportunity, allowing me to steal your mom away. And I said and your husband also, yes, right. Thank you for also allowing us to have your wife for a while because we do share her with the cancer warriors because we are not letting her go. So you just have a lot of aunties. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Aunties out there.
It's one big happy family.
What would you like your closing remarks to be? Go ahead.
So again, I would like as many people to be a part of the community to help people who are in need. And yes, I'm talking about cancer, but whatever your cause is, right? Just lend a helping hand. For those people who supported Shades of a Cure, I'm forever grateful. Thank you. We are not done yet. I promise y'all we are not. Come out, support, have a good time. Like your presence is helping someone. Trust and believe is helping someone. So you have the email address, you have the website. Contact us if you have any questions. If not, I will see all of y'all on Saturday.
You heard her. She gave you a directive. She gave you an assignment. So you need to lock it in on your calendar.
Yeah.
June 25th, be in Harlem, Morningside Park, 10 to the a.m. Mm-hmm. Have your good walking shoes on. I said your good walking shoes, y'all, because we're going to have a party. We are going to dance. We're going to have a good time. You hear me? Out there in New York City, Shades of a Cure. Look, she doesn't even realize how big we're going.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I don't.
It's like, but you have to see it.
I do.
I know it. So it's not a surprise, right? But when you put the work in and you listen to what God has for you to do and fall into alignment, no matter how tough it is, you still do it. You continue to show up. So I thank you again for that. I want to put up the time, June 25th in Harlem, stroll with, I mean, you can walk, you can run it, but stroll.
No, we
Stroll.
strolling.
That's Harlem. That's that NYC. That's that Harlem road. You
Absolutely.
see what I'm saying, y'all?
That's definitely
We gonna
our
get a
thing,
stroll.
right? We
Hey,
stroll. We're
no
not
rush.
walking. We're not jogging. We're strolling. We looking good. We having a good time. We chit chatting with our peers. Oh, it's gonna be a good time. So that's why we're strolling.
Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you again. So, guys, I appreciate all of you that took the time out to come here. Please make sure you share out this video with others. And do you have a flyer? Please make sure that you send that to me so that I can post that all over my social media.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I can be sharing that. So when you see it, you guys that were here, you know about it, because we need to support. And if you cannot make it and you're not in the New York City area, you're wherever you are from around the world, you have their website. You can donate. This takes moolah. Okay, it takes time, but we definitely will take your money. Absolutely. This is TrevisMichelle. I will see you next Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Where? Late Night with TrevisMichelle. Expert confidence coach. Y'all know how I go. I'm too much for some. Yeah, I know. You figured it out, right? Not enough for others. That's your personal problem, not mine. But guess what? I'm always just right for me. So until next Wednesday, you all stay safe. But where are you going to be between now and next Wednesday? Like next Saturday, June 25th, 10 a.m. Morningside Park, strolling. I'm just saying. And bringing your wallet with you. Don't forget. Don't forget. Until next week. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us.
Bye.